If you want an argument for keeping music in schools, then look no further than the School of Creative and Performing Arts in Paradise Hills. The school's music program includes a jazz class and after-school program. This provided the perfect environment for 5 students and 1 alumnus to form Jazz Avenue at the end of last year, so they could compete in School Jam USA. Out of more than 100 bands to qualify nationally, they placed first and were crowned Best Teen Band in the USA, says keyboardist Hiram Garza.
We got $5,000 for the school, $1,000 for ourselves, and a trip to Germany, which we're leaving when, guys?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Germany!
That was 2 weeks ago. The boys returned to school on Tuesday, says music teacher Tamara Paige. She runs the jazz program at SCPA and accompanied the band on the trip.
It was magical. It was like being at the Grammys. I'm sure the Grammys are much bigger, but for us, it was that big of a moment. It was huge.
Sax player John Avery confesses he was a little nervous.
Because I had to announce the group and announce the songs, and I didn't know what was going to go on when I gave a big shout out to the beautiful German women that live there with our newest Latin song.
Really new, says bass player Marc Encabo.
We just finished writing that song that week, so that was our first time actually performing it as a whole. I mean, it was definitely kind of intimidating because we didn't get to practice before. I mean, we had the 3 days before we performed, so it was like going into it, it was like, oh, do I remember how to play it?
But at least they weren't competing, says drummer Kreutel.
It was in a country we've never been in before, so we didn't know how they were going to react. But since we kind of already won, we weren't super worried about, what like the judges thought or anything like that, because we weren't competing anymore. We were just opening up for the other groups to compete. So we weren't nearly as nervous this time around.
It was hard at first because when we play together, when Jazz Avenue plays together, we tend to play in smaller stages to communicate better. But this stage, I was on one side of the stage, my bass player was on the opposite side.
That suited guitarist Josh Vasquez just fine.
I was like running around, I was jumping, I was like doing power. I was sliding on my knees, and I could do everything I wanted to do. So the extra space really helped the energy a lot and really lends to the performance.
It was like WWE. You got those huge TVs, and then you see your face on it. It's like, whoa, I got that many pimples, Oh no.
Chaz Cabrera is the only alumnus. He plays alto sax. Vasquez says they may have been playing jazz, but they all felt like rock stars.
And because there was a crowd of people, there was a gate with security, so it felt like an actual rock concert. It was something that I've never experienced before, but I hope I'll be able to experience again. It felt good knowing that, we come from America and jazz comes from America. So we brought jazz over there and, showed our stuff.
During the sound check, some German dude from another band got up and came to us and was like, how old are you guys? Oh, they're 17 to 18. You guys are amazing, And even one of the guest bands from Germany, professional already, mentioned us in their set while they were performing.
They said in German, Jazz Avenue was brilliant, and we were like, what'd they say? What'd they say?
The boys also got to be tourists during their stay in Germany.
It's like an iPhone, and it's Germany, and it shows the different little places. There's Heidelberg, that was my favorite place.
We also went to Bonn to visit Beethoven's home.
This is his house. He walked around here as a kid. I'm probably stepping on the same floor he was stepping on. And I was looking at all the artifacts they had. They had all the hearing aids he used, and he had the viola that he played with I forgot which orchestra he played with, but they had the original viola he played, and I was sitting there thinking, man, his fingerprints are probably still on that thing.
We learned a lot about him, about his pianos and the ivory keys. You could tell that he played it so hard that there were little grooves in the keys.
It definitely opened my mind up to that there's more in the world than just where we grew up.
It also opened their eyes to the possibilities for Jazz Avenue.
Well, I was talking with one of the band members after they did the performance, and everyone was just on this, natural high after that. And I said, now you're going to go out and create more experiences like this for yourself, because, as big as this was, it's only the beginning for them.
Jazz Avenue was also asked to go on tour in Germany in September, says Avery.
I don't know how many teenagers get asked to go on tour every day, but I know that was the first time I've ever been asked. Just thinking about it makes me really, really wish that I could go back.